Hi guys, today I have a video with some brush pen tips ready for Inktober. If you don't know what Inktober is, it is a yearly drawing challenge during October where you use ink basically and you draw every single day. Just before I continue, I have Bumble. There he is. And so I am going to give some of my brush pen tips whilst I play with Bumble. So you might hear some budgie noise in the background, but that's natural. Okay, so my brush pen tips are, number one is finding the right pressure and pace. So first of all, obviously, you need to practice. And when you get your first brush pen, or if you've already got brush pens and you've already opened them, then you'll notice that they do not feel like regular pens at all. Like a regular pen, I tend to call them like static nibs because they don't move, they don't have pressure to them. And so, yeah, you'll notice that a brush pen is really yielding, and depending on which kind, it can be really soft or it could be a little bit harder. And so get some scrap paper out and practice. And you need to do this a lot for any medium, really, but just so you can get used to the feel of the brush pen, get yourself some scrap paper, and yeah. So you'll notice that you can create thick and thin lines, and that depends on the pressure. You really have to find the right kind of pressure that's in between, that you can easily change between like hard and soft so that you can get thick and thin lines. The easiest way to do this is, like I said, just scrap paper and practice, and yeah, that's your best technique, I guess. Finding the right pace as well. So if you go too fast, typically brush pens end up with a broken line, and this is like where you get like the sort of dotted ink line effect, which looks great if you're going for like sumi style brush pen work, which is like Japanese traditional brush pen work, or if you just want that kind of effect anyway, it's great for that. And also, if you go too slow, you can actually just get gross wobbly lines. You really do have to find the right the right pace and the right pressure, and like I said, you can only get this through practice. Some people pick it up faster than others, and that's just like everything in life, to be honest. But don't just, I can almost guarantee like early brush pen work will just be blobby and gross and weird, and you'll be like, oh no, I suck. But everyone's is the same, don't worry. Another tip that I have is using cleaned up sketches to trace, mostly because you need to develop the confidence with a brush pen quite quickly. And I have sort of practiced, especially with quick drawing, like as I do a lot of really quick Sharpie doodles at conventions. I know where I'm going to place the line. I think about where I'm placing the line beforehand. You don't have to think too hard, you just have to sort of commit a little bit. And I know a lot of people are quite nervous and quite anxious when they draw, and they're too focused on it being perfect and beautiful and amazing. And I think what really helps people improve more is, having confidence instead of just, basic like skills and stuff. Like I think people improving. Okay, let me get this right. So you will improve faster and improve on your basic skills better if you tend to learn how to be confident with your work. You don't have to be super confident, and it's not saying like, oh, I love my work. That's not what I mean by confidence. I mean, sorry if I'm rambling a little bit. I'm keeping an eye on Bumble at the same time. It's not like saying, oh, my work's amazing. It's not that kind of confidence. It's more like being sure within yourself, because you can have confident lines and your drawing could be rubbish. It's not really the same thing. I don't have a lot of confidence in my own artwork, but I have confidence in line some of the time, and then that's what I'm trying to develop a lot more, instead of having like shaky or unsure lines. You can always tell when someone's unsure with their inking because it reflects in it. And brush pens are really good for creating dynamic lines, so if you can get a grasp on them, then you're on your way. If you are struggling with brush pens that are traditional, like fibrous brush pens, like the Pentel Brush Pen, which is what I'm using here, or brush and ink, you can actually swap out to a different kind of brush pen called a Fude brush pen or a Fude marker, which is spelled Fude. And they have a harder tip, and they still have quite a nice dynamic range, and you can get soft or really hard ones. And I think they're typically used for handwriting in Japan, but they are incredible and I love them so much. And they are really great. They're kind of like training wheels into brush and ink, really. They're like the earliest level of it, but it works really well. And I still use Fude pens probably more because they're a lot quicker to use. But yeah, so my favourites are the Tombow Fudenosuke, the Zebra Fude brush pen, and the Bimoji Fude pens, and I'll write all of these in the description, don't worry about that. There'll be a pinned comment. And then for brush pens, I like traditional brush and ink, like Sumi brushes, Sumi, and also the Pentel brush pen, which is the one I'm using here. I also like I've just bought the Bimoji Brush Pen, which is like super, super lovely. And yeah, I'm not sure how long I've got left on this video. I'm recording and editing entirely on my iPhone. How cool is that? But anyway, yes, so I will end it here, and I will just say thanks for watching and thanks for your patience. And I hope these tips and tricks come in handy. Remember, just practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect. Get your scrap paper out and try just trying different pressures, different handedness, and like I said, try and build up your confidence. Know where you're going to put your lines before you put them, and just enjoy it. Go with the flow. And I guess I will see you guys in my next video. Enjoy Inktober, guys. Bye. It won't stop. Bumble's just talking away. It won't stop recording.